G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_Gaming for another Dokkan Battle video. So for today's video we've got a new version of the Ultimate Clash Special Edition and they have actually changed it up. It's quite different to usual and we're actually going in with 35 characters, so you have to empty out your kit here. It is a little bit of a pain, but is what it is. So what I think is going to be the best strategy is going through and building specific teams. So what I'm going to be doing here is creating a couple of what I think will be really juiced up teams to smash out this content. So for example, the first 7 characters and team I'm going to pick is a pure Saiyans team. So I think going with something like you. So there's 4. I think who else could be really good? I'm literally just doing this on the fly, so expectations shouldn't be crazy high. We're probably going to need slot 1s, so I guess someone like you could be good. And then I guess some wall changing, and we could go... Actually, I was going to go Fused Fighter and grab someone else, but who knows? Maybe, actually no, we'll probably want your leader skill, so let's say for pure Saiyans we finish it out with you, for example. So what I'd then do from there is we'd go for a Movie Heroes team. For Movie Heroes you've got a 200% leader skill there, and then you've also got the Tech Gods, so that's 1, 2, Pycon makes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So perfect, so that's 7. 2 teams down. Then we could go a Movie Bosses team, so you could go with let's see, where is Tech Broly? Tech Broly right there as 1, as another Movie Bosses lead. What are you up to these days? 170. I guess you could just make sure that it's uncontrollable power Movie Bosses, so like we can go you with your support could be pretty valuable, your Planetary Destruction, and then we need 1 more. You're easy with your support. Actually no, I love the Tech Broly damage. So there you go, so there's 3 teams right there. You could go Majin Buu Saga, and I guess with Majin Buu Saga you go super extreme. We'll just go with a super class team here, so if we grab those 2, go you, Tech Ultimate Gohan's always a really safe bet. Got our Kamehameha you there, so there you go, that's another team. And then for the last team, what are we thinking? We could go Artificial Life Forms and would we prefer... Oh, I guess we could just go like an extreme class Buu Saga team. So if we go you and where's Tech Buhan? You're just out of power absorption. Same thing. Go you, STR Cell. Where's STR Cell? There he is up there. We want you, and that leaves us with 1 more spot for you. So there you go. That's probably my thought process of how I would get this done. We could start off with this right here. So your artificial power absorption as well. So we go like that and that. Cool. So that's our first team ready to rock and roll. So let's see, how difficult is this going to be? This literally has just dropped 20 minutes ago, so not sure. Oh, actually we're taking on a power absorption team, so we could have rolled with that. Let's see. So if we just start off like that, into that, we do have the Kid Buu and Buhan combo on that next rotation, so that'll be nice. Double digits, and then here's that super attack. So let's see what status effects. Remember, we're going to have the revive for Cell as well to be able to fall back on later. There you go. That did 92k, which is absolutely nothing, especially when you think about the healing capacity that this team has. Cell's just absolutely walloped. Yeah, wow. Okay, I thought we'd type disadvantage. If I had known that this is what we're dealing with, I probably would have put the AGL Cell in slot 1. Cool. I wonder if there is another phase. Wow, getting the quad super. I think I've just got the one dupe in STR cell. So that is a very impressive turn for him. Wow. Okay. So I overthought that at the start way too much. Wow. I was expecting something extremely difficult there. I guess we'll just go with our movie bosses now. I was thinking that this was going to be like just 5 extremely tough ones, but clearly not. You know what I mean? I was sort of thinking this was going to be 5 metal coolers or 5 Omega Shenrons or something along those lines. That was going to sort of be the reasoning as to why this was limited to only a certain amount of characters, where we've usually got capability to use so many more. But anyways, we'll do that into that. May as well grab those. We'll leave the Tech Broly in base, and that is going to give us the extra damage, well, defense, and then the crit chance. So 8 milli here. Probably could have just put Tech Janemba in slot 1, to be honest, and then the physical Janemba would have got way more attack power in slot 2, as well as his additional super being guaranteed. But Kapow, we got that crit. Oh, and then we did trigger the third one. Anyways, wow, this could be the fastest ultimate clash ever. Yep. Wow. Okay. So cool. That is another phase done and dusted. And then we move on to Vegito. So Vegito probably would have been more fun to use one of the teams that we already had. I guess we will go. We'll go Majin Buu Saga. So let's see. It was you, you. I think we went those two, and then we saved the others for. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I'd plan to do it. I probably should have picked teams that weren't going to have some crazy big overlap there, shouldn't I? But what we might do is go like that, max your key out, then we'll grab that into that. Cool. Would have liked to have had Gotenks just start on rotation 1, because he does just have so much power. Offensively and defensively, especially with the difficulty level that these have had so far. Oh, here we go. So straight off the bat, you can see that this one is quite a big step up here. We just did 34 million damage with that crit, and we did not take off much HP at all. So looks like we've gone into a pretty significant jump. Oh, Vegeta, I did give him a very heavy dodge build. So that is actually crazy clutch that's sort of come through with the goodies there. I don't know how much damage that ultimately would have done to us. Potentially it wouldn't have been that high, but I guess it's sort of just the safety in knowing that we don't even have to worry about it. There was just no chance of it. So floating the Kamehameha Gohan, I guess he could have been a bit of a safety net if we had have taken a bit of damage. If we'd kept him on rotation, we could have gone into that standby and had a lot of power defensively from that, but not the end of the world for us here. See, I am just going to do this, but I would have loved to have rolled with Gotenks in slot 1 so that we would have been able to get his like extra attack there from being hit, but that's like those counters are just too nice to pass up here. We build that crit chance up. Vegeto's super attack effect is also going to be pretty handy here. He does have the support boost on his super, so the rest of the rotation is going to benefit from that. And then we're just spitting out these counters for like free damage right there. Being supered, yeah, it takes double digits. Lol, absolutely nothing. Bang, you can see 12 milli there is definitely nice. And Gotenks at a 23 mil with the guaranteed crit. Perfect, guaranteed additional super. So a nice little 15 milli here as well. Perfect. Bang, and we do trigger the third one. Cool, because I think my Gotenks is only at 69%, so it's probably not the crazy most likely that it is always going to pop that third one, but I'm definitely going to be stoked when he does. So looking at that next rotation, we are going to have the Ultimate Gohan. He'll be able to sit in slot 1 for us without a worry. He's going to have his damage reduction turn. He's also going to have his guard. And if we're able to get him hit straight away, that'd be really handy because we get that extra attack. We can potentially quad super. We should be able to get it done on this next rotation, especially because we're able to activate that one there. Gives us some extra key, and we'll grab that into that. So I think we are looking at really good here. So there's that that attack before we get hit ourselves. Does 140k, not the end of the world really. Yeah, Gohan obviously being a stacking unit, his defense never the craziest at the start of battle. So to start in slot 7 is definitely not ideal for him. But bang, we get the third is just a normal, and then there is the quad super. So, sorry, not the quad super, the third super. So that's 3 great stacks of his super attack there. And for Vegeta, we're now at a 56 million. So if we can crit on this one, that would be absolutely huge. Bang. Does he have guaranteed crits against Namek against Boo Saga enemies or something? No, clearly not. And then we get the hidden potential normal there, taking double digits, and the Super Easy A Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Bang. Does really need to get that dodge in to boost up a lot of his attack and defensive numbers. We didn't get that on the last rotation. There it is there. Cool. And then what we can do here is just go compare with that one. So that does some good damage for us there. And what we'll do is we'll collect that into that. Gotenks will get the finish, and we shall be moseying on to the next level. So super attack up front here. We've got type advantage, but we haven't 80k is quite literally nothing to us. I did give him, as you can see, a very heavy dodge build. 14 milli. Bang, we got the crit. There's the additional, we just get the normal this time. And it wouldn't surprise me if we did get this done with the counters. So bang, and literally on the cusp. Has absolutely no HP left. Gotenks comes through with his guaranteed crits. Nice little 20 million. And finishes... Oh, there's another phase. Well, if I had have known that, I wouldn't have used the active. Okay, then. So we're definitely going to roll like this, I think. We'll pop that one there. Now I wish I had have done pop the family Kamehameha. Okay, so if we do that, we get back up to our full heal. We can get to 24 key with that. And then if we just grab that there, I think that Gohan should be fine here. As I said, he's got the guard. He got 3 stacks off last turn. We're just going to be getting more stacks here. So, yeah. Ooh, and Vegeto's attack can be lowered. So Gohan is going to be lowering attack with each of these supers. So the fact that he can perform multiple supers, this is a very clutch situation for him. Perfect. So Kapow. And he does go the 4 of 4 this time around. Nice. That is definitely a really good turn for Gohan. His defense will be looking good now. 33 million for Vegeta. Who's our other floater? We got Kamehameha Gohan. So next turn we won't actually have access to the unit super. That'll be the first turn that we haven't. I probably will pop the. Yeah, I probably will pop the Family Kamehameha because I assume that we do have the turn limit for this one as the same as usual Ultimate Clashes. So we'll want to be able to get it over and done with pretty quickly. Dang, I really should have activated the Family Kamehameha last time round. That was definitely a misstep. Come on, Super Meat. Nope. And I did also utilise Gotenks as active. Spewing. But anyway, so what we'll do is we'll try to grab some same type key spheres here to make sure that we are building up that Dokkan gauge. You can see, yeah, we do have 24 charges to go. So a couple counters wouldn't go astray here with AGL Vegito, especially if they were to get some crits for us. There's the additional super, nice. So 15 milli, bang, and let's see what we get. So 3.6, yeah, the crit gets us up to a 10 million damage, which is definitely nice. Bang. But Vegito has a lot of HP here. It is slightly concerning, because we are not dwindling him down quite as fast as I would have hoped. Because we're only about to hit the second HP bar. I know, like, once we get the Family Kamehameha out, we will be able to do some real serious damage. So here's the super attack. Fortunately, targeted Gotenks, so we don't know. Like, we're not going to know whether that is a big time super or not, because I can't imagine he's going to be able to damage Goten. Yeah. Yep. And then this AGL Goku is definitely not built for longer form events, so he's got me a little bit scared, but anyways, we'll see what we can do. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So what we'll do is we'll grab. Do we want to transform you? How many links? They've only got Fierce Battle together. Wow. What about if we do that? So I'm sort of torn. Because what you get... the defense per key sphere obtained. It's probably not a great little turn for me here. I feel like I want to keep you on rotation, but maybe YOLO. Maybe I just YOLO it. I just go like that into that there. That gets us the 26 key spheres, and then dang, only getting 3 key spheres with U's not ideal. But anyways, so Gohan gets hit. That does get him the extra attack. And let's see what the additional can do for us here. So only at 12. Dang, I may as well have just left him in base, I guess, and then that way we would have at least had the extra stacking. We do jump up to 13 on the additional super here. Yeah, I don't know. This is taking a long time though. We are about to hit 18 minutes for the video already. Bang. So fire off essentially a 12 million additional super. And there we go. We get the triple, so that really helps to shore up the defense of Vegeta. So you love that. Gets the dodge off anyway, and he's the one being supered. So very, very thankful that he got that third one off. Let's see what type of damage we take here. 48k. Okay, we can definitely live with that. Then we're going to be taking no damage there, obviously. Didn't really get good orb changing there either, if I'm being honest. What we can do is grab those two, because then that's going to open up that to you. And we will grab the final Dragon Ball on the next rotation. Yeah. We'll set ourselves up with that. I think we'll grab the tech key sphere. Yeah. Cool. And we've got all those physical key spheres for Vegeta there as well. So a couple of counters in here early for Vegito. Shouldn't that be building his crit chance up so that he can do some nice crits for us? There we go. There is a nice crit there. We get the additional normal. And then let's see here. So compare, yeah, that's what we like to see. Bang, we get another one. 22.3 million Gotenks with the guaranteed crits. Additional super. Maybe I've sold myself out here. What teams? I guess we could have done 2 Pure Saiyan teams instead of the one, and then that way, like, we could have had Vegeta on one run that could have absolutely dominated with the damage, and then Gogeta on the other one that could have used the the support to then help everyone else dominate. I also just realised that I didn't bring the new blue Goku and Vegeta. They would have been a dominant force on any of these teams. So a missed opportunity there as well. But anyways, so what we'll do is we'll grab that with you. We'll grab that with you. And then I guess we will just do that. So we want to grab as many key spheres as possible. Next rotation, we are going to be popping the Family Kamehameha. That's going to have type advantage, so even if we don't get the crit, that should do a pretty insane amount of damage for us. Because we must be down to like 3 turns left or something like that, I think. So we probably are going to be running this pretty tight. Because we're turn 9 of the event, dang. We fortunately have the unit super here, so we get a little bit of extra juice. We're up to a 28 million on this one. So, compare. No crit though. So what are we going to do? We're going to have Vegito in slot 1. We'll grab as many key spheres with him, as many key spheres with Gotenks, and then we'll pop the active skill in slot 3. Just because, I think getting as many key spheres as humanly possible is probably going to be the most impactful way for that one to roll. Ouch. That definitely hurt us. So we can see the super attack is at the front. We do have 4 links there, so I think we're probably best off doing that, which gets us the Dokkan attack as well. And there is a bunch of Kisses there, so that gets us up to 86. So let's drop this Family Kamehameha, compare, and let's see, what do we do? 72 million. That's probably not as high as I was really hoping for. So super attack incoming. I can't imagine Vegeto's going to be damaging Gotenks here, I don't think, but there is certainly a possibility. What the what? Okay. So that makes me think that there isn't actually any extra phases to this. So that makes me think that it is just Vegito take on Vegito. Okay. So sort of like the Broly that we have had previously. So now we might go in with our Movie Heroes team. Which I was doing something like this, wasn't I? I think it was supposed to look something like this. Maybe I should have just brought in the straight Pure Saiyans team and let that go crazy. But anyway, we've got big time damage reduction here for the gods, so that'll look good with that. We can do that into that, which gives Pyre Colonies dodge and all of that good stuff. So cool. 11 milli. Not the craziest for the gods early on, but we are able to obviously get their transformation off. That'll help them juice up their damage. on the other rotation, we'll have the 2-turn support from the Super Saiyan Trio. And remember that I assume his attack can still be lowered. So the Trio will have the ability to lower that attack there. Compare some crits would go a very long way. Yeah, this would have been a great fight considering the enemy is physical to have brought the new Rose or the new Goku Vegeta, but alas, we went in here cold turkey, so didn't really know what to expect. So compare, I probably should have realised when there was a limitation of only 35 units that this would be the style of fight. I don't know why I thought it would just be 5 separate final stage fights. Literally was no indication that it would be anything like that. But anyway, so we got the extra dodge chance from being hit there. Then we got Pycon at the back end here. As I said before, yeah, there you go. You can lower the Vegeto's attack still. Cool. Cool. So let's see. So we are sort of forced into this a little bit. What we'll do is we'll grab all of those. From there, we'll grab those. And then we can get 7. Yeah. Do that. So that gives us the damage reduction support as well as 2-turn support. So being supered straight away is not ideal. Beast starting in slot 7 is such sabotage from Dokkan. But anyways, double digits. Wow. Okay. Wow. I was sort of thinking that we were going to be taking a little bit of damage there, but cool. So my trio from my summons, I actually did get the final copies that I needed for them, so they're now officially rainbowed for me, which is cool. So when I'm able to fire off their standby, we're going to be getting even extra damage from that. The fact that we didn't get a single additional super there, though, does break my heart. After I've just been talking up their ability to lower the Vegeto's attack, and we don't even get to pop it because we don't get any additional supers. But that's cool. Gogeta here is not going to do the craziest amount of damage, but thankfully we had the double rainbow orb changes, so that does mean that the Goku in slot 3 here was able to get 3 rainbow KCs. That boosts up his ability to perform crits, so that should make this feel like we've done a little bit more damage. You can see at a 17.4 million. Just thinking about other teams that I could have brought now, like imagine I could have just gone with like an Earthbred Fighters team, and that would have been really good. Super bosses with the new Rose, as I was saying, would have worked really well. I don't know why I chose the teams that I did. Just sort of spare at the moment, but anyway, we're rolling with it. So what we'll do is we'll grab that into that. We got the 2-turn support still, so we got 1 attack. I would have rathered if all of those attacks that are after Beast Supering had have been beforehand, because then we could have at least gotten the extra juiced up attack stat there. Instead, they're just going to be 0 damage to us post super for Beast. Beast is literally going to be untouchable here. We do get the triple super. Turns out my Beast is actually rainbow as well. I must have rainbowed him when he returned last, because I thought I still needed dupes for him, but I pulled those copies and traded those bad boys off for coins. So that was sort of a bit funny. So bang. Still a very clean attack there from AGL Vegeta when he easy A's in however long time. I imagine that he's going to be a very sick easy A. Especially when we go back to thinking about how good the Blues were on their original release. I know that there's a lot of people that don't like them these days, and they're obviously old, so there's no reason that you would really want to be running them at this point. But their ability to dodge sitting in slot 1 back in the day was super helpful, and then AGL Vegeta was just an absolute dominant force. So cool. Bang, and then so we mustn't have procced as many of their RNG passive there for Goten and Trunks because we were only at 15 milli and we didn't get any additionals. Dang, that's fine. So what we will do is grab that into that into that. So we give off that extra support. Getting supered in slot 1 again. There you go, I did put quite a bit of dodge onto my trio here. They're starting off with a 20 million super. Would be nice to get it done on this rotation. I don't know whether we will have the offensive firepower to do that, but next rotation I'll be popping the active skill from the tech gods, and that will finish this off for sure. So here we go. So we've gone from just the full normals turn last time around to now we're just firing off additionals, lowering that attack, getting crits too. Cool. No, we know that there's no real danger here now because he did already fire off his super attack that we dodged, but still helps you feel just that little bit safer inside, you know. So bang, Gogeta's just going to pile on some sort of middling damage at this point, but his orb changing is still really helpful to the team. You see Pycon, he loves the rainbow key spheres, so as many of those as we can create, the better. I don't think I have any type of crit on Pycon here, so compare, we get the additional, which is a normal, and another additional. Wow, if those had been supers, we would have got the job done there and there. Do we want to use the gods to get this done, or do you reckon that the Party Power Kid Goku would have enough juice in it? Oh, we can't actually use his. Oh, there you go. This finishes that anyways, so Vegito, goodbye. Capel, 53 million, done and dusted. I guess at least next time now I know what to expect when I jump into this Ultimate Clash. I'll just bring 2 teams and 1 really good Pure Saiyan team, and that'll help me smash this one out quicker. So you see, we grab all the stones there, 7 units to spare. There is further missions to get it done, so that's all the stones for the time being anyway. So let me know your thoughts on the Ultimate Clash and what teams you use to get that one done. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.